G'day everyone, and welcome back for some more Archean with me and Wasted, and Wasted's going to be teaching me things. But we were just
Hello.
talking about your eco plans.
Talking about the upcoming games in general, stuff we're excited about. And just happens to be that that's starting tomorrow. So, well,
Yeah.
right now, I'm kind of hyped for that.
Eco,
Which,
you've played eco with your community, haven't you?
yes,
The thing that,
it was difficult.
yeah, the thing that I feel is supposed to be the good part about eco is that there's conflict in the political setup.
Political and economic.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
with
as
the
a
internal group
yeah,
that kind of all want to cooperate and get along, it sort of misses something. It's not really how it's meant to be played. I hate to use that term, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't think it's how the developers envisaged. They envisaged a bunch of individual groups all interacting with each other through their various systems.
Hmm.
So it'll be super intriguing to see what it's like when that actually happens.
yeah.
You know, what is it like on a big server where everyone isn't all aligned and has equal goal, the same goal?
Because I couldn't figure out a way to do that within any of our groups. Like, I suppose, like, one of the ideas that always occurred to me but didn't feel like it would be fun for more than a couple of weeks was asking someone like yourself or Capac to play the opposing group and deliberately have choices that are forced upon us that mean that we can never completely agree on things.
Mm-hmm.
But I get pretty tired of PvP-ish stuff like that fairly quickly. I find it just it's draining after a time.
Yeah, well, and inevitably, what you end up doing is creating conflict inside a group that is almost intentionally come together for the opposite of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't it great? So, you were going to teach me about PIDs. Do we need to get to the surface first?
I think we should do it on the surface, because at that point we're probably going to do a bit of work on the boat in general, and it may be relevant then.
Okay. We managed to collect...
See if we float.
What did we manage? We still needed to get gold, didn't we? We got lead and uranium. But we still need to get gold. Which is further away than the lead was. Gee, how much lead did we collect?
Because we've been out traveling on this boat now, this is the second week where we've just basically traveled for the whole week. It's getting more and more difficult to return and use the controls on this boat.
Oh.
When the controls I've made now are so much more advanced. Just work so much better. It's like, yep, but I would have to reprogram the entire thing, and also we're missing some stuff, and so on.
All right, I will set up the scanner to find us some gold. Which I think was a couple of kilometers away. We'll go 2,000. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Oh, no, there's some gold. There is some gold within 2 kilometers.
Oh, really? Okay, that's not too bad.
It's about a kilometer away, I think. Let's drop this down to 1,500. It's not particularly dense, but it is there. Let's see, is that? Yeah, there we go. So it's front right. What do we need to do? I need to lift up the nose a bit so you can push us forward.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go and grab the details of the tanks at the front so that I can see them. Okay. Actually, no, that's a side one. There we go. They're at 55% at the front. I think I took it to 45 last time to try and lift us up. Oh, I've got this around the wrong way. Oh, I'm sure when we do redo our control setups, we will fix all of this junk. What is the aim of this game? The aim of this game is to build fun vehicles.
Essentially, it's a
sandbox.
physics sandbox.
Yeah. Very much like Space Engineers, you come up with your own goals. Ostensibly, the goal the game provides you at the moment is get to space. Or get to the moon, rather. So what are you working on right now? Before we
I'm
try and
just
move?
reminding myself what my cube lines were.
Ah.
Before I launch myself off into the distance in some weird way, re-familiarise myself with how I set the buttons on this one.
Probably a good idea.
Answer on Q and E, for example.
Okay. I've lightened the front a fair bit, so hopefully you'll be able to move us.
Let's see, we're unlocked. And that is a very slow rise.
Oh yeah? So we want to go starboard a bit. About 45 degrees.
Up the starboard.
Maybe hold there. See where we're at. Another 15 degrees. I'll speed up the thing once we get a bit closer to it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go, perfect. Keep true and we're good.
I will try.
I'm sure. I know it's not easy. Okay, it is still good. So let's shrink it a bit more. Remember, Splitsy, you need to stand next to Wasted so I can see how off-kilter he is from level.
I was about to ask for him to get off so I could get an idea.
You're pretty close.
Could be better.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're pretty bad that way. Front is pretty up. I can help with that, though. Do.
You are coming back to level slowly. We do have.
I am tilting
modicum of
very
control.
right, though. There's not a
That
roll
I
going
have
on.
no control over. I don't know where the roll's coming from. Are you sure you're doing all the tanks?
I can check the side tanks, but I think they were balanced last I looked at them. 91% on that side. 100% on that side. It's pretty balanced. It's not perfect, but it's pretty balanced. I will fix it.
I've stopped for a second because I think it'll actually slowly pull us around to level, potentially.
Bit closer to the same now. Still got the goal due, like, pretty much straight ahead of us, at least.
Yeah, the issue is just I can't use the thruster to dip the nose while we're off kilter.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because that'll make us turn instead of... Oh.
You so want your creative mode builds, don't you?
I want to rebuild this so badly. It's one of the other things that the other build does is it doesn't have RCS as its main thrusters.
Oh, what does it have?
It has no RCS on it at all. It uses entirely ailerons and props.
Oh, cool.
Which means it's quiet.
Yeah, that'll be nice. So how far did you get with this other build? Like, is it a submarine as well? Or is it...
Almost utterly finished. Submarine, boat. The only mode I didn't finish was turning it into a quadcopter. Because it's built with 4 pylons equidistant from each other, which are where the thrust is, and also the pylons themselves are the ailerons, so it's got 4 ailerons, so it can do... I've got roll control on it as well.
Yep. Unlike
this one. But it also, I put the propellers, when I was building the thing, on pivots. So as it currently stands, I haven't done anything with those pivots, but the engines can pivot as well, which means it can be a quadcopter.
Cool. Would you like some more nose down?
How are we see we're coming up to level again, so I think I might be able to start adding some myself. You're almost straight again.
Yeah.
So let me...
We're also only a couple of 100 meters away. That scanner's at 600 meters.
No, nice. I'll say when to stop. I assume we're still on target.
Need to go a little bit starboard. Not too much, though.
Let's see how this rolls us, because that's one of the other mistakes we've made on this, is where this roll is coming from. The RCS is not at the center of... is not at the roll center.
Yeah.
So it's causing a bit of twist.
I'll make the nose a bit heavier then. Help us get down without you needing to put all
going
that
straight
force on.
down?
We probably need to go nearly straight down at this point.
Well, I think we are. Just looking ahead of us, I can see the ground.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
No, we're very tilted right now. But we are sinking, yeah. We don't need to get that far to our right, actually, because I've got the scanner set at 400 meters now. There we go, now it's set at 200 meters. We really don't have far to go. Yes, we do need an artificial horizon, and that's why we're down here, because we needed stuff from down here to make one. At least the easy way.
Actually, I've got this set up now where technically you don't need an artificial horizon, because unless you give it inputs, the boat will stay level on its own.
Yeah, there is that. That was the alternative. That's the alternative, is make it level anyway.
Make it behave itself via artificial means by shouting at it loud enough.
Okay, so we need to... We actually probably want to go to the higher intensity part of the gold that's off to starboard at about 60 degrees. Now, I'm wondering, is Wasted going to try and push down at the back and up at the front to make us turn? Given the angle we're at. Because we're kind of banking. We could do like a banking turn. Because we now need to get 90 degrees round to starboard.
Because look, it does... every thruster input makes it behave slightly differently.
Yep. It's not the happiest little boat, but it was our first attempt at
Yeah. Oh, indeed.
this that kind of actually achieved something.
Should be about 90, I think.
Yeah, you're pretty close. Still a little bit more starboard, and maybe another 20 meters and we're there. And there we go. Just a little bit further forward. We're in the middle of the low yield stuff, but if you basically try and land now, I think we'll be good. So it looks like the high intensity stuff's all around us now. Almost. That's taking us backwards.
Yep.
Almost there. Oh, we are so close. I reckon if you can lock down, you should do it.
I had locked.
Can we drill? Let's see what the drill's telling me. Drill is telling me AU 16%.
Oh, I can see it going.
I think 16 might be... I wonder if 16's the good bit. We do seem to be in the middle of the good bit. I reckon it's as good as it's going to get for us down here.
Right, and then we just surface wherever we surface and figure out where we ended up.
Yep. I suppose I can start processing some more of this other
no idea
material.
where we are.
No. I wonder how much gold we really need to have to be able to build something as the way we want it. No, I'm not going to process this. I'm going to wait and see if we can surface with our oars on board.
Brave mode.
Well, I can always...
I approve.
I thought you would. It's not that brave, though, because I can get around it pretty easily, but we'll just call it that.
Sadly, it's not that brave at all, because as far as I understand it, cargo in this game doesn't actually have weight at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, then that
It's not just in our inventories, it's actually in the containers too.
Ah.
Which is sad, because I spent a very long and very awkward few hours trying to get it so that everything that changed mass in the craft was in the center of the
distributed.
craft. Yep, which made the wiring and a bunch of other things an utter nightmare because I couldn't go through the middle of the ship anymore, only to find out afterwards that it didn't matter.
Alright, so we have 7,000 plus gold collected, which at 15% yield is probably a lot of gold.
I imagine it is.
So, is it time to surface then?
I think so.
Alright. Oh, have you figured out these console things and getting stuff to display on them? Awesome. That I'm
Yes,
definitely
I have.
keen to learn.
It's not too bad either. It works a bit backwards to how you might expect, which was what threw me off to begin with, but it's nothing like as bad as you might think. You emptying us, I assume?
I'm trying.
Oh, I should turn off the drill. And should I unlock this, or do you want to wait until you've fully emptied and then we'll whoosh?
Let's try a whoosh, I guess.
I doubt it's going to be very whooshy, but let's
Yeah,
give it a
I doubt
go.
it as well. But we might be able to see a bit of an effect. That's emptying. That's emptying. That's emptying, and that's emptying. Cool. No, Mike, there's no real reason for us to leave a marker at these locations, because we'd probably just ore scan wherever we are and find stuff that way instead. A bit more reliable. The chances of us actually spotting any marker we create is, I think, pretty low.
Yes, until we figure out how to actually do beacons.
Yeah. Hey, find middle. Thank you. I think, I'm just going to check the back tanks, but I think that's everything empty. Yep. All right, time to hop in a seat. All right, lift off when you're ready.
Away we go. Hey,
That's not as...
more whooshy than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Our buoyancy, I think, is very off. Look.
I thought I had more
Actually-
tanks at the front.
Wait.
And obviously I did make this fairly level above water. That's not
we're
too
pretty
bad.
good. This is way better than I thought it was.
It's just the ground is really not flat here. Thanks, Shaggy. Thank you for 19 months.
Yeah, fair enough.
I feel like I need a Dark Tower quote, but I haven't got one ready for you.
I may give it some mechanical aid.
I think that is quite reasonable. This is going to be very slow. Shall I... Here we go. Let me move around here. Then even in first person, you can tell what your angle is.
Well, if we're that level as it stands, then adding equal thrust to the front and the rear should do...
Well, apparently it creates
What
slight
is-
roll for us, doesn't it? Oh, wait a
Shouldn't do it,
second.
they're both straight up.
Have I still got my... It shouldn't do. However, the center of mass is not the center of the craft because of the mass I had to add to the left of the side because the whole thing wasn't centered and floating straight.
Ooh. Right, yes.
So I don't actually know where the true center of the craft is in terms of center of mass. It's weird.
We're going up quite quickly.
Are we? Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah.
We
gonna
left
breach.
the darkness really quite fast.
Yeah. The sun is right overhead, which is nice. Not coming up into darkness. By coming up at night. Because that would have sucked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see, with how fast we're rising, just whether we will bob out of the water temporarily. I suspect not. But there's a part of me that hopes. It may not be efficient. It may not be attractive, but it is effective.
I thought it was relatively attractive, honestly.
Oh. Thanks.
Remember we were talking about this last week? You've got PT boat vibes.
Yeah, true,
You know.
true.
And it manages to disguise its submarine nature quite well by not looking like a submarine.
Yep. It'll be interesting if we attempt something like this once there is actually pressurization of spaces, because that'll make a submarine a lot more tricky.
Yeah, I mean, it depends whether or not pressurization of spaces comes along with the calculations necessary to
create
those
buoyancy.
volumes, creating buoyancy. Yeah, because that's kind of a different thing. Like you can have one
fair.
without the other being accurate, without the other being true. You know.
Yeah. Hey! Whoa. Okay, we did bob out.
Yeah, the only reason we didn't keep bobbing is because the second we left the water, the RCS is turned off.
Wait, what if you do the RCSs now? Do we lift up out of the water? Yeah, we do. And hey, we're not far from home. Well, oh no. Tipped me off. How rude.
Bye, Splitsy. That means, in theory, I can adjust how sunken into the water we are with our thrusters.
Okay, so we head back to base, we process all this stuff, and then we start a completely new build. Is that the goal?
It's up to you, my friend. A new build would be a good opportunity for us to do some of the programming alongside it.
Yeah.
Rather than try and redo this one.
Yeah. I think, but also because we've got something that's functional and that is now a bit of a relic, I would like to keep it rather than stealing bits from it as well. And it's got some decent speed with those RCS thrusters.
It's utterly uncontrollable because we're essentially flying. We
have a working plane, a working boat / submarine. We've done pretty well. Don't have a working road vehicle, like ground vehicle though. And then we can use all this uranium to make 20 billion RTGs. That seems a good enough parking spot.
Yep.
Alright, I'll grab the stuff out.
Solid ground. That's the thing. It exists.
It is not a myth.
Taking me a jar of dirt next time.
Now this should have some power in it, since we've been going that long.
Hopefully.
Yeah. There's a little bit.
Oh, not the Jack Sparrow jar of dirt. The Waterworld jar of dirt. With his plant in it.
I mean, you just made a quote from it. I would have thought that anyone would assume that's what you were going for. Alright, turn on the processor. Wait. Do I need to reconnect that again? No, it is connected.
Yeah, I think this is all connected back up again as it should be.
But that's not processing the ores. Why? Why are you like this?
Oh. What are you connected?
This is the thing going from the... Where is it connected, actually?
Going through the floor, so I can't see, but yeah.
I have a way to help with that.
think it's connected into this splitter here. Pulling from,
Is it pink? Because I just painted it pink.
No. None of the tubes are pink.
Where
Oh,
is
that's
that?
almost certainly leading from the drill, isn't it?
Oh, is it from the drill?
No, it's not from the drill. The
Where does
drill
that
is
go?
not connected.
Where is this going to?
We have an anonymous pink connection that doesn't go anywhere.
Hang on, I've found somewhere. Oh, it comes from the input container. It's properly connected back up. There we go, processed.
I love how stupidly quick. There we go, processed. On, off, done. But it's good because it means you don't have to leave that noisy thing running.
Okay, I need to make casings and connectors. And then I can make all of the RTGs. Actually,
Given that I have the connector suitably positioned, what I might do is make a second crafter first.
well, that was going to be my next question. Do you want to continue on this base, or do you want to kind of expand it and make a new power distribution thing and start it sort of a bit fresh?
If we start it a bit fresh, then I feel like we might be better off picking a fresh location as well. Alright.
Yeah, that's fair.
Technically, there is enough of us to travel with our two vehicles, pack up a bunch of this stuff, and go, depends, are you happy with this spot? Is there a big difference?
There isn't a big difference. The advantage of this spot is it has flat ground around it.
Yep. Disadvantage of this spot is it's got our old base in it, and the old base is ugly.
Yeah, it has the old base, and we could dismantle the old base. But, yeah. Do our chats want to have any input on this?
The reason why we might move, in my opinion, is just to get away from this thing.
Okay, so.
Without actually getting rid of this thing in case we need it.
That's very reasonable.
It would also put us somewhere with fresh oil.
Yes, that was the next thing I was thinking, was if we can go somewhere with fresh ore. So, how do we want to scout for this? Do we want to scout together in the same vehicle, or you take the boat and I'll take the plane?
I'm easy with either. What do you fancy? I feel like the plane is gonna get the work done a lot better than the boat.
It is, and I guess if we're both looking, it's going to be a bit more effective. Might just bring these 15 RTGs with me. Make a few more.
The rich man going off his stuff.
I've got a big battery, but I guess it's... We haven't tried making a runway to land on, so we don't necessarily need a flat spot to land it.
Yeah, we could always make ourselves, I mean, to be honest, there's something quite nice about the idea of having a pontoon landing. Have it actually out over the water.
Yep. I quite like the sound of that. Okay, well...
Sounds like I might have convinced him.
Okay, so one thing we do want is iron. High concentrations of iron.
Yeah.
Because we want to just be able to make a little rover that can go out and mine nearby the base to collect lots of iron, because we do use a lot of that, and we have actually run out of it a few times. Sweet. It's run out of its battery. In the plane in the middle of an iron patch. It is. It's also out of battery. On the low voltage.
Oh.
So I need a thing to plug into the low voltage side of stuff. Which means I need a... Should just be a converter. Which hopefully we have over at the base.
Yeah, this one never ended up with a sensor, did it? It just flew okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Karandra, we're going to load up the Red Baron, but we want to be able to... We need to find the location, mark the location, and then get the boat there.
You know, maybe I do take the boat then.
To save the second trip.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always para drop out of the plane. Alright. Batteries are on. I'm going to bring this back over. I mean, you're not slow in the boat.
No, indeed.
But... It just... What the heck did we... Oh, right. When it restarts, I have to actually start the program. Why is nothing... Why am I none of my controls working? So, are we going to look for stuff on the island we're on, or are we going to go over to the other island? What do you think?
Other side of the bay might as well be, I feel. Or at least the other island, or just on the basis that we've been on this one.
Yeah.
We could go plant our flag somewhere else. Then we've still got a little away base here. And we can do, at least I can have my Swiss Family Robinson in this, if not in Abiotic.
Yeah, because it keeps giving us easy paths back to our existing base.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to really have to move, or at least not for a good while.
No, I don't know how we were lucky that we found a nice... I imagine that room is where a lot of people have built their bases, to be honest. In Abiotic Factor, because it's very close to the center.
Yeah, it's got water and everything right there, toilets, etc., etc., etc.
But it's not where the robots patrol, so you don't always get hit by the robots. Thanks, Legit. Thanks for the 16 months. Alright. So my power in the big battery's at 49%. How's my power in the little batteries now? 2.5%. Oof. This trickle is slow. So, do we pack everything up as we leave now?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we've got to return here anyway then. So you shouldn't need to take the boat at the same time.
Well, no, I was thinking of leaving, essentially leaving this place. We don't have that much built here.
Oh, I meant in terms of packing up the resources. Sorry.
Oh, in which case, yeah, we might as well take those now. Yeah.
Okay.
Got plenty of cargo containers on the boat. Got a number in the plane as well.
Alright, well, we'll just keep making RTGs for the moment then. Yeah, legit, there's a bit of space engineers and bit of... It's a physics sandbox with a lot more of the aerodynamics and that side of things than space engineers had, obviously, because space engineers doesn't have any. I wonder how many RTGs we really end up getting something out of. Be nice not to have to constantly make new batteries.
I sort of know the answer to that.
Hmm?
In that they do make a significant amount of power. The submarine I made, power was just not a thing. It was no longer a concern.
Was it RTG powered?
Yeah.
Ah. How many did you need to get to that point?
8.
Okay. So 50 for our base should be enough for a while.
I think so.
Alright. Do you need to manufacture anything before we depart? Or shall I just empty this cargo container?
No, I think I'm good. One thing we might want to do is take the crafter with us. And sometime in the future do a return journey here to bring it back one.
Oh yeah.
So we don't have to manually make another crafter because, what was it, how many computer parts and LEDs and other things?
Oh
I spent
yeah, it was
like
really
half a
expensive.
stream making the crafter.
Yep. Alright, I will grab all the stuff out of this cargo container, then I will grab it.
I couldn't take it anymore. I have temporarily, during bootstrapped on at least one sensor and PID controller to help me keep on top of this thing.
Don't worry, I won't judge you. Others might, but I won't.
In theory, it means it should now go in a straight line. So, you know, positives.
Oh, wait, that's water pipe, isn't it?
And in a way that works, but I know at least a couple of people looked at it and went, no, wasted. That's not how you do this. But it works, so yes it is.
Oh, that's data. Data one's been painted red. That's very confusing. Okay, I've picked up the crafter. I'm going to leave... Actually, I might bring these empty batteries with us too. I was going to leave them, but it'd be nice to see how quickly you can fill them with the RTGs. Okay, how's the plane's low voltage system going? State of charge, 4.3%. I think that's enough to get there, hopefully. If I suddenly lose control mid-air, you know that I've stuffed that up.
Hang on. Amazon delivery.
Ah, nice.
Just in case.
Yep. Appreciate it. Alright, take the big battery off there because that will mess up with my flight profile. Okay, so we are heading over to the other island, and when we find a location we're happy with, then I attempt to land, and you laugh as I do so.
Sounds perfect. And then, well, you also get to laugh as I attempt to park in a boat that's not controllable.
Uh-oh. Done wrong. Done wrong. Done wrong. Ah. Need to turn so that I've actually got some ground to take off from. And remember that my driving controls are reversed. Backwards is forwards and forwards is backwards.
Yes, and we never fixed it.
Nope. Probably wouldn't take much to fix either. I don't think we did anything too weird with the driving side of stuff.
Oh, I think it's literally just slap a negative in there and it's done. But one day, but not this day. Oh, look at him, majestic. That is a steep takeoff angle.
That was not intentional. Okay, I'm flying.
Boat and plane.
Going that way. And that way, plane. Why are you being like this? Why are you trying to turn left?
I believe, I mean, I made it, so T should be your... No, it was 1, 2, 3 on that one, wasn't it, for resets?
Yeah, and T is the thrust reset.
Yeah.
Oh, right. There's no second passenger. That's why.
Yeah.
Guess that's why you do inline cockpits. Narrow body aircraft. Although this isn't really that narrow for what it's doing.
No, not particularly, but...
Now I'm wondering, are you faster than me?
Probably.
I'm probably gonna need you to do the ore scanning. Once we find a rough area we want to be in. Oh, I think I might be a bit quicker. I'll try and do a nice low flyby. Oh, right. You don't have really good controls, do you? That's why you're not faster. It's not because the boat isn't actually faster. It's because it doesn't go where you want it to go. Uh-oh. Oh! Skimmed the water.
You're right over there. It's just messy.
Mostly. Surprisingly. just took a small dip. It's fine. Did you get to see any of that?
Mm-hmm.
No, the game thankfully does not have impact damage, although I guess not thankfully. Although Waste and I would not have made it as far as we have so far if it did.
No, not a chance. You say? Hang on. I was about to start picking up myself, but then I nosedived into the water. But, please ignore me.
Oh, there's Wasted. As we've talked about a few times in this, scale is difficult to read in this game because there's not a lot to read it from. So distance has become really quite tricky to figure out. So it's easier to skim the water than you might think. Although that was entirely my stupid, but it is easier than you might think. Oh, I think you are faster than me.
Sometimes it wants to, like, dig in at the front.
Ah.
I can be once I'm up on a plane, but that doesn't last, because as soon as I'm up on a plane, I have to then start steering to keep it going in a straight line, and as soon as I start steering, it wants
digs
to
the nose in.
dig the nose in. Hey, nice.
I was hoping that would look okay from your perspective.
That was good.
Have we read about how far away this other island is? Continent.
No. How far away is it?
Or even if it has titanium on it. It's 21 kilometers away.
That's not so bad.
No. And Deer says it has all the same resources and distribution. Okay, so it does have high enough mountains. Good, 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 good. At least it's back there somewhere. William, I have no idea what you mean by that comment at all. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so I have a readout of my battery, and I'm at 36% on the high voltage. I'm glad wasted out of that.
Yeah.
Because I can also see that my low voltage is 3.8%, but falling very slowly. So what sort of features would you be interested in building around, Wasted? Do you want a little bay?
A bay would be fine, but yeah, I mean, I like the idea of having ideally a little peninsula.
Okay, I think there might be one round to the west. Which could work. And you also want to be able to see sunrise and sunset, don't you?
Yeah.
So we don't want to go too far off this kind of line. You're just gradually tweaking the controls to improve mobility a bit?
I wanted to go in straight line.
Yep. Oh, there's a tiny little island over here. There actually might be some nice bits over on this side. So I've headed to the other shore and I'm heading left or west.
Okay, I think I see where you're headed, actually. As far as Peninsula is concerned, I think... isn't that where our little island is?
No. No, that island that you're looking at is bigger than the little one we...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if you... Have you got my stream up, or can you see it?
I can in 2 seconds.
Because that might be useful
I have your chat up. but not your stream.
Yeah.
Quick mute Splitsy before he starts talking. You don't want to be hearing that. Man, you got a good view from up there.
Yeah. So like this little bay in here is potentially interesting, but then there's also the peninsula that leads towards that island. You got this bit up here.
Yeah.
Which would give us a sunrise one side, sunset the other.
Yeah, and I quite like the look of that. Because it's got a bit of a range of terrain around the place as well.
Yeah. I'll get a bit closer to it and see what it looks like up close. Because it might be bigger than I appreciate. How far away is it? No. 23 kilometers. Oh, jeez, it's still a long way away. How's my battery looking? 27%. Oh yeah, there's lots of little islands over this way.
Okay, that sounds cool then.
Yeah. I think I've found a little peninsula that should be little enough still inside the bay. That could be quite good for us. I'll let you know when I'm closer. How confident am I in this plane? Can I fill my bottle of water while flying?
Brave.
I'm being brave. I think I'm always going to have a soft spot for this plane. This is the first thing we built together in this game that actually works.
That actually functions. And isn't, like, even the boat, I quite like the boat, but it's still a bit useless.
Yeah.
Whereas the plane sort of flies and does okay.
The plane does what it was supposed to do. And it does it while looking mostly like a plane until you look at the body of it. I should probably stop gaining altitude. I'm getting a bit high up. Yeah. Yeah, I love this plane. What are we looking for? A place to make a base. Wace and I both are probably guilty of always looking for a nicer place to make us a home. But I think we're basically just trying to pick a new spot to build a new base because we've learnt so much since our first base. We don't want to demolish it, but it'd be nice to have the opportunity to make things new. And so may as well make a new spot. Alrighty, Wasted. I've got a pretty decent view of the bay and all of the various bits around here now.
That looks great. Do we want to set up maybe on, on one of the islands might be a bit of a pain if we ever want to use any land vehicles.
Yeah. So
that little crescent.
This little bit here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you prefer on this little end or on the outer end? You think?
Outer end gives us the better view.
Yep. Alright. Let's see if I can land.
If we're on the outer end, we get to see that sunrise sunset down the
Yeah.
gap between the two continents.
Can always
Sadly,
make a
no
bridge.
amount of applying retrofitting sensors to this is going to get it to behave well. The offset RCS positioning is just bad. This is why it's such a poor boat.
Yeah. Build a bridge to the island, you say?
I mean, there's nothing preventing us from building lift bridges and the like in this, if I'm not mistaken.
There's nothing. With the way that the cables work between offset grids, you could make something that looked like a proper suspension bridge. This area looks really nice and flat too. Yeah, it's perfectly flat over here. The bays are deceptively large, though. Yeah, Scarlet, this is a sandbox, just like Space Engineers. You create the goals yourself. Length or no? I don't think you'd be able to make a proper... You just kind of be able to kind of fake it a bit with the cables to make it look like a suspension bridge. Because you'd have the nice sag in the middle. I don't know how... I don't think you'd be able to hang anything off that cable, though. Or I can't think of a way to do that. Because I'm not aware of a way to detach a pivot. Because you'd need to attach to a thing, attach to another thing, and then detach the original support for the pivot, which I don't think is possible. Could definitely make a truss bridge. I think junction boxes suffer from the same problem, that they will be perfectly supported no matter what. Although, yeah, you could make them all as separate vehicles and then delete the vehicle that's attached to them and then move them into place. Oh, it'd be doable. It'd be all kinds of pain, but it would be doable, I think. You may well crash the game before it works, though. Feels like the sort of thing that's putting it under more stress than it's designed to cope with. I mean, don't tempt me, it is the sort of thing I would do just for the aesthetics. Maybe not at the scale required to cross a multiple kilometer bay, though. Cable stayed might be more achievable. Cable stayed would definitely be more achievable, actually. Oh, no. Hit the wrong buttons. Oh, what a landing. Nailed the landing. Whereabouts are you? Now I need to drive. Wasted, I have an alternative plan for you if you'd like.
I'm coming slowly, but yeah, go for it.
I come and pick you up, and we just leave the boat. Because we could have left the boat at the original base. Neither of us considered that for... I don't know why.
Well, wherever... I have gone far enough that I can no longer see the original base.
So I'd have to land in the water to pick you up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do we do it?
Up to you. The only concern with that is it does mean we are never finding the boat again.
True. Which would be a bit sad. Or would it?
I mean, it would be a bit sad, I think. The boat is...
Yeah.
I think it could be rescued relatively simply. It is pulling left partly because my character is adding weight to that side. Yep, it has the same problem that the plane does with Splitsy. But it's got another problem, which is that as soon as it goes above a certain speed, it nosedives. I'm coming, but I'm coming at a relatively sedate pace, because it's easier than having to constantly correct it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think whether there's any way to make the boat stand out so that when we've got a good boat, we can go back there, attach a cable to it, and tow it. Because I think that could be a fun little exercise in and of itself.
Sure.
If I try and fly such that I can get a rough idea of a marking or something of where it is, then we could possibly come back and find it.
Yep.
I'm just going to check my power.
I could paint the top of it bright yellow, yes, or something like that.
Yeah, to make it stand out a bit more. I do need to add more power to the plane though, because it's 7% on its big batteries. I was like, why have I got floaty controls for my spectator view, my drone view? Then I remembered that you explained that it happens when I turned my HUD off. Oh yeah, and I can, if I come over there, I can put an RTG on it so that we can leave the lights on. So the boat stands out a bit more as well.
Yeah.
All right. Power is transferring. As soon as that's done, I'll take off. And by the time that's done, you'll probably be close enough here that we won't bother doing this anyway. Usually how these things work.
I think you underestimate my current speed of progress.
Yeah, you're moving pretty slowly there.
Yeah, it's good times. And even then, I'm still having to correct.
If we were both on the boat moving that slowly, I wouldn't feel so bad about it. But because you're stuck there doing it on your own, I feel more bad about it. I'm a little worried about taking off about this plane taking off in the water, because I think I need to add the skis back for it to work.
Mm-hmm. I think you're correct.
So that's the thing we'll have to do once I arrive. Because I don't think I can add them while I'm on the ground. Okay. How much power do I have? 59%. What? Why is the low voltage draining? Why is the low voltage drained? What's going on? The heck? .46%. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, I will head your way as soon as I have my power situation sorted out. Now, just between you and me, chat, what do you think my chances are of actually finding wasted? That's going to be an issue too. It's not just finding the boat once we've left it, but now as well. Oh, here goes. Just look for the speck, yes. I mean, he should be able to spot me, so as long as he can spot me, he can help me get there. It's Capax flare gun when you need it, yeah. I'm gonna guess he's somewhere in this region. And this is also... I keep looking at bits of dust on my screen thinking it's wasted. Oh dear. Wasted, I'm back in the sky. Tell me if you see me. Because you might be able to see me sooner than I'll see you. Don't sneeze on the monitor. Yeah, I try to avoid that. I think my touchscreen usually cops that with an unexpected sneeze, because it's more desk level. Yes. So many wasteds, I can't see them anywhere. Oh, I think that's him. I think I spot him. Yeah, that's got to be him. Unless we left another boat out there. Hey, where'd it go? Oh no, where'd the thing I spotted go? Oh, you cheeky bugger. He just went underwater, so it's definitely him. Or was he seeing if he could get faster underwater? Yep, that's him. As you would put it, you cheeky git. Diving underwater when I thought I'd spotted you. Also, if you made a retort to that, you're muted.
You think that was intentional?
It was the timing. The timing was spot on.
Oh, fair enough.
I was like, I've spotted Wasted, and then I turn, make this banking turn. Where'd he go? To which my chat said he's underwater. Oh.
No, I wish that was intentional, but it was 100% not intentional. It's just, as I said.
You're not too far from that coastline if you turn hard left. If you want me to pick you up there instead.
Am I not far from that coastline?
Oh wait, there's another island straight ahead of you, so if you head for that as well.
9.1 kilometers away. Yeah, sure. Not far from the coastline.
Alright, so you want me to do a water
Mr.
ditching?
Eye in the sky. But I was going to head for...
That little island?
How far is the little island in front of me?
It's about the same distance as the coast.
Yeah, so I might as well head for that.
Yep.
Make your life a bit more difficult.
Why?
I'll give you a solid thing to land on, but it'll be a smaller solid thing that's not flat.
Yeah, I don't know how flat that is, actually.
Well, I can tell you how flat it is. Not very.
Oh, there's a flat one, which is the closer bit.
Oh, I can see the hilly one. That must be behind it, then.
Yeah, the hilly one's pretty big. Like, you're actually not now all that far from where we were planning on making our base. You've almost made it there yourself anyway.
Yeah, I have been ever so slowly figuring out how to drive this, and the answer is embrace your hovercraft and have just the nose, just like the very bit bottom of the keel in the water, and try and leave it there. It doesn't steer well at all, but it goes quite quickly, and it doesn't pull violently left.
Yep.
I don't think it's got enough surface in the water to pull any direction. It's just kind of hovering. Oh yeah, I'm really not far from that flat island, am I?
Guess that means it's time for me to land.
That did not go as well as I hoped.
Okay, I need to come around. Well, I guess the boat is forever on this island now.
We'll find it again. Now we can tug it off with something somewhere down the line.
Yeah, actually, that will be fun trying to unbeach it. Let's turn around, get ready for a landing. Mid-air stall. That's a good move.
Again, missing me emotes. I should be waving my arms right now.
I don't have brakes. That's what the
under
co-pilot's for.
Well, if I'd known that, I would have tried to hop in as you went past.
I thought that's what you were trying to do.
I was on the wrong side.
No, you're not.
Oh, right, yes. You're in the flying side, of course.
Yes. All right. Off we go. Don't forget where we parked.
Yeah, it was on that one flower island not far away from where we lived. And it's the beached boat, the only feature on the island. We should be able to find it.
Don't think there was anything we needed from the boat, was there?
No, I don't think so.
Ah.
Taking the resources and everything, so.
Yep. How many players does this support? I think it was 16, wasn't it, Wasted?
It was something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, more than you thought, but not anything that might count as mass multiplayer.
Yeah. Oh, this plane just... it just works.
Yeah, a lot better when you've got your passenger aboard.
Yeah. Yeah, there is no correcting required now.
Yeah, it did. Baccioli pointed it out, and at the time I didn't really realise the significance of it until I started messing around with the PID controllers and tilt sensors and so on. The fact that this thing, if left to its own devices, automatically levels itself.
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. Well, I guess, like, a lot of biplanes probably did that as well. Wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think so. And unless intentionally designed, a lot of planes do that.
Yeah. Obviously excluding the fighters and things that are intended to be
the ones
unstable.
that are intentionally unstable.
Oh, sorry. That's a bit rough.
Which was the type of plane I built, but only realised it afterwards.
All right, you ready on the brakes?
Sure.
Help if I didn't keep the rudder turned.
Bit of a flop.
Yeah, that was a bit more of a flop than I'd intended. So yeah, was building on this peninsula around here. We were planning,
Yeah.
right?
Good to me. A nice bit of scenery.
As I said, you made it a long way. You really weren't that far.
Almost made it here.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we park here. Right near the water.
We want to be on the coast, I think. Well, yeah, it's good. Inwards to the bay.
Why is it going backwards? Wasted, did you forget to lock it
left
down?
the wheels on. No, I didn't just forget to lock it down. I probably left the wheels actually.
Oh, did you have the wheels? Did you try and drive forward or try and drive backwards?
No, I intentionally hit W in order to brake us.
Ah, okay.
Because I couldn't remember what the brake key was. So
Yep.
We'll do a reverse.
Okay. This little spot looks nice.
Well, I think the best bit about this little spot is this. That is nice, steep fall away.
Oh yeah.
For boat access.
Yeah, yeah.
And potentially underwater RTGs and the like.
Alright, so we need one of these fellas. placed at the angle we want
Yeah.
it. So where... So if we're going to build a bit of a landing strip that goes out over the water, I should probably build a hangar. I should probably be thinking about building a hangar as well.
Probably well, the base could be. We're going to go for an airfield approach.
And then, so I guess it doesn't really matter what angle we pick. We can just work with whatever it ends up being.
Yeah, I mean, vaguely lined up with the coast.
I'll just... Oh yeah, we probably want it vaguely east-west, don't we? Does that line up east-west?
Close to.
Close to, not quite though. That's a bit better, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, alright. That means we also then need to have floor on this. So then put our lockdown, and then we can build stuff off this as needed.
Yeah, we might want to consider using the frames a bit more often this time, because then we can put doors and the like in, because they require a frame to be present.
Oh, okay.
I discovered that very late on in the submarine build, far too late on to actually be able to give it a docking door. Because you needed to have left the frame in there.
Oh. Do you have a ground anchor?
I do, yes. I intentionally went and grabbed it before we left.
Excellent. Do you have a toggle switch for it?
No, I do not.
Okay, toggle button coming up.
It is slightly disconcerting when the person sitting next to you suddenly poofs into thin air and then there's that.
There we go. Anchored. We can build. So we want to at least leave the frames here so we can expand from them later rather than removing them.
That's what I'm thinking. They add a certain something. And there's a few blocks that will only attach to a frame.
Okay, so what do we need to start with? We need to start with getting the RTGs down and getting battery charging.
RTGs down, battery charging, and ideally, if you can whack a cargo container down somewhere, because I have no ability to craft anything.
Oh, you've got other stuff I need to
Because I have no ore as it currently stands, so unless I want to run around with the scoop. Actually, I suppose I could just... Tell you what, don't mind that too much. I'll run the planes drill briefly. Get some fresh
I'll put the
in.
container down anyway because I've got all the built stuff and I probably shouldn't be carrying it all around anyway. Because you're going to be probably setting up the crafter again soon.
Yeah. Yeah, and this time around we'll do it from the with the intent that we will not intend to ever hook it up to a drill on the base.
Yes.
It's to be remotely fed. So it just takes input from whatever we come back with.
Because we won't really have a thing on the base because turns out there's not much point in doing that.
There's not much point in doing it because it just runs out. And unless you want to keep moving it and redesigning the base around it, then no, there's no point. I will be back in 2 seconds, Mr. Splitsy.
No worries. Okay. That's all the things off. Oh, wait, no. All the things offloaded. I might grab some of this. No, not lead. Silicon, where is it? Grab that. And make concrete. Because we probably want to make as much concrete as we can. So I'm going to need to use heaps of concrete. I probably should predominantly be using concrete blocks because they're super cheap and easy to make. Bit slow. But once Wasted's got the crafter up, shouldn't be too bad. So I will go with, no, wall's not gonna work. Cubes. There's my concrete out. There we go. That's my 3x3. Oh, I made that double thick. Didn't want to do that. I can't believe I only just now realized there's a thing that says what the dimensions of the block you're building are as you're doing it. That would have been really handy other times. And there we go, already out of concrete blocks.
The point when you look around and realize that you're still running your own stream on a laptop the other side of the room and Splitsy stream on 2 different monitors, as well as streaming yourself. And you're like, yeah, that's probably why Splitsy's stream was seeming a little laggy.
Do you know what? It's been happening a lot recently, but when I've got your stream up or Capax or anyone's on my second monitor, the frame rate of it is abysmal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I was noticing. It was choppy as all hell.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way Splitsy stream actually looks like that. He would not still be streaming if it looked like that. So what's going on? No, it was incredibly choppy.
Yeah.
Has that specifically been in Archean, I wonder? Or has it been other things too?
It's everything.
Because I know Archean's going to be...
Yeah, chewing.
It's going to be chewing the GPU a fair bit.
Mm. Yes, TFE, it does look like your early footage from Assertive Acquisitions. That is true.
Yep, I remember getting sent some footage like that from some kind volunteers. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Can't use it, but I do appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I have an idea here. The ways that my wish list for this base to come first would be a crafter that can make concrete blocks.
Yep, that's fair.
Because yeah, they're a pain.
What's the button for the anchor in the plane?
So from the driver's seat rather than from the pilot seat. They're on 2 and 3, and I think 3 is the drill?
Yeah, 3's the drill, 2. Yeah. Oh, good to know. We're not quite in the iron.
Oh.
Oh, no, well, sorry, the plane is not quite in the iron.
Oh, okay. Now, to make more concrete blocks.
Coast Guard Air and Sea Base.
Ooh. Okay.
I guess.
I thought I would make stairs because they'd look nice. They do not work.
No, I have also tried stairs and discovered that they're not a thing. A ramp? Sure. Stairs? No.
Ramp it is then. That was disappointing. I was hoping it was going to be like Space Engineers, where if you just have the right gap, it'll walk up it like the stairs.
Even Space Engineers, that only works with one of the block types.
Yeah, with small grid you can do it. You just need to.
Small grid it works.
Needs to be
Yes,
half a
like,
block height.
Now the block is the same size as me. Interesting.
Where do I want to put the RTGs?
Great maths question. How many engineers will fit inside a single large block?
I have no idea.
A server cap of engineers.
That's the. They've pushed it to 100 in tests, but it's not really stable.
What? Space engineers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done 80-person, 100-person servers. It's really, like, technically you can get that many people connected. You play.
I'm doing the important things first. And going for
I
style.
can see. I can see as you know, got to get them railings and pontoons in place. Otherwise, what are we doing with our lives?
Exactly. You get it.
Oh. Sometimes when I manage to turn off electrolysis on the suit, I've been quite confused as to why nothing's working. I don't know why you want to have the opportunity to turn it off at all.
I guess eventually when your suit needs power, maybe? That could be why.
As far as I can tell, the depth does not affect the cooling efficiency, no. As long as they are fully submerged and a little bit underwater, that's enough.
Yep, that was my assessment of it as well.
I have been up and down with RTGs, and yeah, outside of when you get them out of the water, they're really useless.
Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, that could be the RTG spot. Makes sense. I thought I'd just build the dock out so that you've got somewhere to build to start the boat. But RTG wise, I was thinking of going off here. I think. Oh, I wish the suit held more water so that I could make these faster, because I can only queue up 200 at a time. And I use 144 for each frame-sized square I build. They run out very quickly.
Anyone in chat remember how to split a stack? Can you
Grab
split
it.
a stack?
Yep. So if you grab it in hand, so if you got it in the mouse, then shift and right mouse and it'll split it in half. To click onto a slot.
Perfect. Perfect. Not the easiest combination of keys to press, but yep,
No.
That is good to have. So I don't have to go greed mode, and I can just grab out half of the relevant resources.
Under there. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Wait for the waves. It's going to be bothersome. Am I going to make a ramp all the way down to the RGGs? Yes, but I'm just going to put them in the open. I think this is deep enough for them. And I walk down this normal. Yay! I thought if I started with design elements like this wasted, at least we'd feel maybe a bit more attached to this base than the last one.
Also, beginning with design elements can help inform the whole.
True, there's that too.
Oh, I got a bit of a fishing dock vibe at the moment.
Yeah. Until the reactors go in, yeah. At that point, it'd be like a dangerous fishing dock.
We were just discussing in chat how you've neatly avoided learning about PID controllers.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional.
Just managed to skip this one when he's now building a dock with railings.
It wasn't on purpose. I'll say that much.
Splitty does not want to program. Splitty is doing everything he can. Manual labor? Yes, sure. Manual labor. Quick, let's go.
It does feel that way, I will admit. But yeah, it was not on purpose. I mean, we kind of came to the let's move base thing somewhat organically there. It was just being like, oh, actually, we have to rebuild a whole boat. Should we just move our base? Should we go somewhere else?
Yeah. I was 100% down with moving somewhere else and getting a fresh eye on things, because it also gives us a reason to build a whole bunch of other stuff and get a better production chain set up.
Yeah.
And so on. You know, so this is a chance for us to build the base a bit more stationeer style.
Yeah.
Except you're not trapped underground in a poisonous atmosphere. You're trapped on the ground in a poisonous atmosphere.
Yeah. It's better. Somehow.
You can see the sky. It's very pretty. Hey, we're at a spot where we can see the moon.
Okay. Is there going to be a voltage limit I'm going to run into with the low voltage cable in terms of how quickly it's going to charge a battery? Do I need to have multiple RTG series in parallel? That I don't know the answer to. And it says no. Okay, I'll take that.
Well, as part of being not developed yet, what we get out of the air here as a percentage contains a lot more of stuff that's not very good for us than our current atmosphere does. Same with the water. There's a lot of methane in this water.
Yeah, there's a lot of not nice stuff. Add a little bit more forest stuff. Would it be worth adding a router/computer for the RTGs so you can monitor the output of the batteries?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds like he can't avoid it after all.
Well, what's the value of it?
For that, you need to put it through a router because we're going to. It has more than one output, and we need output 3, if I remember rightly off the top of my head, because it also outputs what its voltage is, and something else.
So is it more just so that we can see what's going on?
It's so we can see whether or not, making sure that things are generating as they should be, and having a nice control room somewhere, perhaps.
Yep. Fair. Well, I have an unknown amount of RTGs connected. I think it is 32.
Nice.
So I think I had 50. There we are. We can always put another little module down somewhere else if we need more power later.
Oh, thought for you. Before we go too far with this, given that we can freely string wires between different grids and connectors between different grids, do we want to separate this out into different buildings?
Yeah.
Make it a bit more of a little settlement, because that way they don't all have to be of the same alignment. You don't have to, they don't all have to be connected together with one big field of blocks.
And then we can build power poles.
And then we can have power poles, eh?
Which actually look the part. Yeah, I'm down with that.
I started placing this stuff down. I was like, nah, I already don't like it. We need to. This should just be the path off of the docks that leads to.
We will need a temporary production facility, though.
Yes. Yes, I'm aware. It just means I won't be spending my time expanding this with more composite blocks and extending it out to where I was going to build a non-temporary production facility.
Yep. I was going to try
I'll just
and
whack down a quick one right here.
Yeah. I was going to try and replace as much of the composite as possible with concrete, especially once we got production going. My first little goal was see if I can build a little shed to have as a battery power handling facility.
Yeah.
Might be on the dock. So we can just distribute power from there. Batteries, did I put them away? I think I did. Yes. So once I've got the little building constructed, then you can start teaching me what I need to do to get it to have all of the...
Yeah, we'll do screens first.
Yeah. So I think having a nice little screen in there that shows what our power's doing would be good.
Yep. Yeah, no, we can do screens first. Not just that. Got Svedalsin, but it gives me a chance to teach Splitsy how to do screens, because that can definitely be something that crosses over. Even if he ends up like, nah, I'm not too keen on the programming, he can at least be... Like,
oh, I will definitely want to know
different.
how to do screens. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's it.
Probably don't need that many beams, but just in case. So I need enough room within this shed to fit the big batteries in. You said the doors can only fit on these frames, so we need frames for everything.
The doors that we have are the dockable door, and it only goes on a frame.
Okay.
Otherwise, no doors.
Cool. I will wait to make one of those until we have it constructed. I think.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm piecing together the bits.
Not an intended critique, just yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. I would not either.
And then we want wall. Yeah, that works. Power shed with multiple wall-mounted monitors. Perhaps. Perhaps. I feel like the trick with games like this to really get the most out of them is not doing anything optimally.
Lean in for no reason.
Yeah. Like, we don't need a base. The game makes it very clear we do not need a base. But if we didn't have a base, we'd run out of vehicles to build.
Our cars?
Exactly.
Essentially just working towards Jay Leno's garage here. The sit-stand desk. Fantastic.
I need to look into what I can do to fix my sit-stand desk.
Mine died. and I played with all the various reset buttons and reset ways because I don't know exactly what model of desk it is anymore because the place that I got it from doesn't sell it, but it turns out they're all basically made by the same 3 companies, so there's basically 3 different ways in which you can reset them. None of it worked, and then I had this weird dance where I had to reset it, and it would go up like 3 inches, and we repeat that for a bit, and then over a process of about a week, it fixed itself, and now it's fine.
Huh. Mine's not broken in that way. Mine's more broken in that I put too much weight on it way. And I need to get a bigger motor.
I see.
Yeah.
I got one that could lift like 210 kilograms to begin with.
Well, this one says it can lift that much.
I know I'm gonna put too much weight on this. I will just get the really beefy one.
Actually, I think mine says it's up to, I think it was up to 150 or 160 kilos. But
160 is a pretty common one, yeah.
But I got, so it was a 1800 by 750, the desktop that was on it. And I've replaced that with a 2.4 by 1.2 desktop.
It's a pretty chunky desktop.
It's a pretty chunky desktop, yeah. And it's got 2 of the chunky full tower Be Quiet cases on it.
Yeah, that's
4
the thing.
monitors, a NAS. The NAS probably doesn't need to be on it, but it is.
All of my PCs are set on like quite high benches that sit about halfway between sit and stand heights off to the sides. So the desk itself just carries like the monitors and my general accoutrements. And I mean, probably the heaviest, not even probably, the heaviest thing on this desk at the moment is my keyboard. A reasonable margin.
Oh yeah, you've got that
I keep
chunky gun.
Keep forgetting it. I picked it up. And it was like, oh yeah, now I remember. It's a lump even with 2 hands.
I mean, the heaviest thing on my desk is my desktop. The top of the desk is super heavy. Yeah, I'm gonna put windows in the shed.
A nice fancy one, did you?
The
solid wood, yeah, for the desktop.
I made it. I made it myself.
Oh.
I bought some big sheets of timber from the hardware store and aligned them to each other and put dowels between them so that they're level, and then I've merged 2
Any warping
pieces.
issues?
No. Like the desktop itself is,
Suppose you're in with where you live, any wood is going to be dried to within an inch of its life already just by being from Australia. So
well,
we don't have warping issues like other people do.
I think I think these are oven dried as well. But,
kiln dried.
Yeah, the kiln dried stuff. Because it's a composite timber, like it's the
fair.
Because I didn't want to go for something like it was expensive enough.
I've been looking into and then ended up purchasing instead of building, but I was looking into a lot of building my own one, and I just couldn't guarantee I could keep it flat.
Yeah.
Not with the tools I have available and the climate I live in. Not without spending silly amounts of money on like super well treated timber. As soon as I saw the timber prices, for good timber, I was like, yeah, all right then. I think I'll be buying that from someone else. Understood. I can't afford to mess that up.
Yeah, I think the timber I bought probably came to about, I think it was $120 or maybe $160 for the whole desktop. Which I didn't think was too bad for the size of it.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Don't mind me playing The Sims.
But in 3D. Oh, hello. I'll have a burger, small fries, hold the tomato, and a side of wings.
Did you notice the glass popping in then?
No.
Have you tried painting glass yet?
Yes.
Does it work?
Yes.
Excellent.
You have to paint all sides of it. How many sides you paint will dictate how noticeable the color is. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you double-sided, it's really tinted.
Huh.
It also affects the light that's passing through it, which is really cool. So you don't need to have colored lights. You can just have colored glass, and the sunlight will be filtered by the color.
Nice.
What else is there? Oh, yes, and if you put too many angles of glass next to each other, you create a self-reflective nightmare that you can't even see out of. Also known as a cockpit in Archean.
Yeah, they need to figure out something that they can do with the cockpits to merge the glass pieces so you can see through them. I think maybe you need to be able to delete a surface of a piece of glass.
Have it single pane thick, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. Because, yes, the one cockpit I've made so far I was quite pleased with until I sat in it.
Yeah, the 25 centimeter thick panes of glass is a bit too thick. But I imagine you could fix most of it by just being able to delete the internal surface or external surface of each block so that it becomes a two-dimensional plane instead of a 3D piece. Well, I painted the glass grey so that it's got a little bit of a tinting so you can actually see it. There you go. Nice. Have a room of sorts. Now. What do we need for the power setup? I need a power converter, which I've got. I guess I can start with. Okay, that'll do. Gabled or flat roof? Haven't decided on the roof yet. That's why I haven't built it. Wasted, what do you think? Should we be going flat roofs?
Gabled will end up using up a lot of... Yeah, having recently done a bunch of messing around with making tube-shaped objects. Unless you spend a long time on it, you end up with the tubes being filled in this game. You know, all the angles end up being filled in if you do them too big.
Well, if you have a look at how I did the ramps
really
here.
use the space. I think maybe we go for the flat shenanigans, but yeah, start adding like railings around the roof, maybe a tiered structure where it gets bigger or smaller as it goes up.
Yep.
Add some variety without needing a gabled.
Because I could certainly at least do I could do a simple
balconies
pitch roof without using too much material. Because of the way you can do ramps in this, why just holding shift to do the inverse ramp. Went too far. we go. Oh, and flat roof makes cabling heaps easier.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
It has that advantage.
Man, the number of hours I have spent cabling recently. No, thank you. Never again.
Go just to here to make it simple for now. So we are getting about 96 kilowatts going in to each of the 4 batteries I've placed down. So nearly 400 kilowatts.
Not bad.
You can stare at the battery and yeah, since I've only just placed them down, they're almost up to 1%. So that's pretty solid. I'm sure we'll want it to charge faster at some point, but for now I think that's going to work. Yeah, happy with that. So we got power. And you've almost got a simple production setup.
Yep.
I think I was thinking I'd eventually put like little benches in here to put a lot of the stuff on, like the smaller batteries, so they're not on the floor. The big batteries go on the floor and the little ones can go elsewhere.
Easy enough to tuck them away, so yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to need some power from you in a moment.
Yep. It's ready to go. We have 2.3% charge and 4 big batteries. In fact, I might try and move these over and see if I can fit all 5. Yeah, that's better. Now, could I make this neat with more RTGs? I could. Let's do it. Don't hurt to have a couple more. Just until these things explode. The layer below them. Yeah. Could do that. I was originally thinking I'd probably just extend off this way another block when I wanted to put more of them down. Honestly, this is quite a... I think once the charge has accumulated in those 5 batteries, we probably won't really have too much of a problem. It's just at the moment that obviously we're starting from 0 charge batteries, so it's pretty bad, but once these are charged up, we'll be able to charge single large batteries off these really quickly, because I'll set up a charging thing for the batteries next. That's my next goal. But I thought I'd not use up too much of the resources yet, because we need to I need to make like power converters and the junction things so that I can have the flow to get these to go straight into another battery. That's the goal. How fast can you drain a fully charged large battery? In terms of using up the power, it's pretty slow even with a drill. Like, it takes a few minutes. Obviously, it's going to take more than a few minutes for this to charge, but this is charging 5 at once. Ultimately, yeah, we probably want a couple of hundred RTGs if we end up using up much power, but we don't tend to consume it that quick between the two of us, so I think it'll be all right. It's not Wasted's fault that the pipes are chrome. They start chrome by default. I'll fix them though. So what was the procession needed? It was a power converter to a...
Okay.
You good?
System online.
You just need power?
Yeah, I just need something to plug into that thing.
All right. Do we have a power relay or something?
When you say power relay, what do you mean?
Well, basically, you know how what I was hoping to put down was a little... actually, it shouldn't matter for the moment. I was just going to try and keep the cabling neat by putting a bunch of relays here at the front. So I do all the cabling to the front of the building, and then we cable from the front of the building to other things.
Yeah, well, is that not essentially what a bridge is?
Oh, bridge. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember what it's called. Casing and a connector. We don't want to use splitters or junctions because they split the voltage down. Chat?
I don't think that matters for this.
Oh, but it's a general rule.
Oh, right, and partly as a response to chat.
Did we say relay or bridge? Which was better?
Bridge. I believe.
Yeah, I was thinking of maybe putting all of the different outputs so that along the front of the building or on the side somewhere. So we don't have to connect up to the battery internally, and I can set all the battery connections up neatly. On the walls.
Thanks, God Fatal. I wondered what the difference was as well. So the relay's got data. And the bridge does not.
Oh, okay. So there's not a lot of difference for our use case here. Cool. You should be hooked up to power. Yay! What's making the noise? Huh. It's not processing that rock.
It's because it's in the wrong box.
Oh.
The input box for rock is here. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I'd put rock in there. Yeah, the input box is this one. That's why I shifted all the parts over. Is this box here will be our sort of general storage and where anything we bring back goes.
That just disappeared.
It just should just, yeah, indeed, it should just, poof, gone.
Cool.
And I believe that should also now be set up and just work. Yep.
Maybe I should put relays in rather than a bridge, because then we could have a little control suite here that can turn off various functions. Because we can turn off the relays.
Yeah,
Like, this is drawing too much power. Let's have some...
Yep, got you.
Kind of think of it as like a switch box. Junction box for the house sort of thing. Yay. I'll be back in a sec. Just need to take a quick bio break.
No worries. Slightly pleased I got that right first time.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
And I come bearing some things that I made yesterday. That are tasty.
So where are they?
Well, unfortunately, I can't really send them over to you. I don't think they'd survive travel very well. They're snickerdoodles.
I don't even know what that is, but I want some.
Nutmeg and cinnamon, very cakey biscuit cookie thing.
Yeah, I definitely want some.
Hmm.
The hell, man? Why do you have to be like this?
I wanted to bake something yesterday and I was like, yeah, I've got all the stuff for this.
All I have as nearby available snacks is the nuclear crisps
I'm sorry, what?
that I occasionally buy that are so salt and vinegary that you will be sweating after eating like literally just 2 or 3. They are
Disturbing.
brutal and quite nice. Definitely not the flavor you go for when someone's tempting you with some cinnamon cookies. Oh wait,
true.
quick, let me go for that violent vinegar flavor. That will do me just right.
That'll satisfy me. That'll hit the same mark as
Hit the
the
same
buttery,
spot.
cinnamony, sugary stuff. I mean,
Right.
to be fair, they do sound like they would be fun chips to eat.
You need to go and choose your spot for your dashboard so that we can talk about dashboards.
Okay.
And I will take a similar. I need to go and find some sort of sweet snack.
Okay. A dashboard on here will look good. Where's my dashboard tool? I think I put it away. Where is my dashboard tool? I thought I put it away. I'll have to see if Wasted's accidentally got two of them. No, we didn't share one. We had one each. Ah, yeah, there's our relay. Nice little data port on it. Oh, these aren't going to go in the walls very well. I'm going to need to go on the wall, I think. Go like that. Work. Okay, where does that need to get to? There. Over to there. The wall. Yeah. Nice. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Then we'd have all the cables moving around in here. Wasted appears to be back. Successful with the snacks?
No.
Aww.
And as such, I hate you. You are literally the worst. I'm not normally a very sweet snack person, but the problem is when I do get a hankering, I got a hankering, because I don't very often. And the only option I had is ice cream, which is not, and not like an ice lolly or something, no, like a tub of. And that's not appropriate right now.
Yeah, it's hard to eat anything that requires a spoon while you're streaming.
Indeed, especially the sort of thing that you really don't want to accidentally drop anywhere.
Did you end up
Seriously
with two dashboard
chocolatey.
tools?
I have a dashboard tool. I don't know where the other one is, but I have one.
Oh, I don't know where my one went.
I shall place it for you, so you may
Oh no, you do have two.
do things with it.
There you go, grab the other one out of the box.
What? Did they stack?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were stacked on my bar and I couldn't tell.
Yep.
Oh, I see. He's got a plan. He's got a little angled desk and everything.
Yeah.
Now, a new trick for the dashboards.
Yeah.
Only don't do a whole thing like that.
Ah.
Unless you want to have the white background behind the whole thing, just do a tiny strip. Do it the width you want, but don't worry about the height.
Okay.
We'll be able to peg things off of it. Like basically the screens will happily drag outside the bounds of the dashboard.
Okay. So do a strip like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then later down the line, if you place it carefully enough, you can get in there and be like, okay, add a screen that just touches the bottom, and the rest of the space can get used for buttons.
Cool.
Or LEDs or whatever.
So, I was thinking if we start off by just being able to control the power to the thing that we're connected to and display the power coming in, would probably be a decent place to start. Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, if we knowing how much power we have is a pretty simple one. We need to connect all these batteries up. And what we're probably going to want for in here is we're going to want to do it via alias, so via router.
Okay.
Probably don't want a data junction.
I was thinking also for total power input, I could put a little thing in here, and then that's in between, and we can monitor that. If I remove the slope, it'll look like a hologram. Yeah. Do these keep floating if you remove the backing of them? They probably do.
Yep.
Okay. Might actually look nicer without that. Yeah.
And we can modify the screen later, screen colors, etc. later. That's done in code.
That's actually a really good way for us to get a screen at a specific angle that we want. And then remove the backing of it if you want it like a freestanding screen that's set up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you said, so we need a router, do we?
Yeah, I actually depends on how you want to do it. For in here, we might want to just give it its own mini computer.
Oh, yeah. Can do that. Under the desk? Where all the cat hair and dog hair is? Yeah, why not?
Let's see, has not thought about this.
What have I not thought about?
The number of data junctions coming off of the side of that computer you've just placed under the desk, and what it's going to look like when they're all populated.
Okay, we'll do it this way then.
You're much better. Cable jank.
That's what I was thinking. Reduce. Oh, actually. Let's do it this way.
Make it into a little PC tower outside. Like it in a little cabinet or something.
Yeah. Okay. Now it can be hidden.
Yep. All right then. Well.
So it needs power first, yeah?
Needs low voltage power.
Yep, so I need a power converter. Just need some wire, some circuit, and some magnet.
I feel like that wire being visible is actually appropriate.
Oh, have we lost power to all this stuff? Do I need to turn this bridge on? Sorry, the the relay on? Is it off by default?
I imagine it might be then. Yes.
Yeah. We can fix that with a cheap fix for the moment, and then we'll do it properly in a moment. Later, once we got the computer hooked up. Now is the computer on? Yes, okay, now everything has power. Cool. Good to know. Means I need to set up another switch for the computer one. And I need the power converter. Did it make one? It did not. What does it need? Casing, circuit. That's what it's going to be short of. Oh, Wasted, have you set this up so it only makes one at a time?
No.
Because it's only making one at a time. And then it stops.
I mean, that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's been changed. Game update?
It's not good for some things.
Try using your shift buttons, etc.
No.
Not intentionally set up that way, but I think I know why it's behaving like that. Now try it.
One sec. Let me go to something we need lots of. Oh, yep, now it's working.
Okay, so that switch at the back over there. I'm gonna put a new one down at the front specifically for it. Now I know that that's how it behaves. The first data input for this is switching it between single craft and multi-craft.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we
Which
definitely
is
want that
really
switch.
useful. So we want that switch. Yeah.
So we don't get 12 of things.
Which,
We're
and
like,
I'll probably label it, etc.
Yep.
So you know that is very good to know.
okay. That's hooked up, and then power goes through the desk. Into that. Yay.
What have you achieved?
The computer is on.
You have turned the computer on. Well done.
Thank you. It's an achievement. I feel special.
Well, you means or at least partially also trained at computer diagnostics.
Yes. I've already tried turning it on, and now I'll turn it off again, and on again, and it's still not doing anything I want it to do.
Cool. Well, I'm afraid you've called the wrong number. Can't help with that.
Ugh, I need to find some time this week to do a BIOS update.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You actually need it? Is there something not working?
Yes.
Okay, what?
My 13900K. The microcode update
good.
came out this week.
That's fair.
Yeah, so it is actually needed. It's a required thing. Don't worry, I would not do a BIOS update unless I had a good reason to.
I was just checking. People are keen, you know.
Yeah, it's true. Ah, sensible. Labels on top and bottom so you know which one's doing which.
Yeah, I was just working out which one was doing which, so I could label them.
It already feels better having this base that's a bit of a base.
The single and multi-switch and also works as a turn-off switch, essentially, as well, for whatever's currently crafting. So, yep, that's all set up and done.
Cool. If I go to... Where are blocks? Wait. Construction. There it is. Oh, does this not have access to water?
Yeah, it does. Filter making.
Oh, it's probably running it out.
No.
No, it does not.
It does.
Silicon, water,
Right
and
here.
oxygen.
It's active. It's connected. It was making plastic earlier.
Yeah, that uses the hydrogen and oxygen separate. The concrete blocks need water. Which I don't know how you would input when you've only got 2 inputs. Maybe you need a separate crafter for something like concrete. Oh well. Here's what it is.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You need to not electrolyze it.
Yeah, you need to electrolyze part of it to get the oxygen and then not electrolyze the other bit to get the water. So you probably need an independent setup crafted just for concrete blocks.
Or what about just a fluid junction on the way into the electrolyzer that goes to both? Or not even on the way into the electrolyzer, just down here. That means that one of the ports.
They don't flow in that direction though, because they don't combine, they only branch, don't they? So they have a direction of flow.
But I mean, what are these pipes currently running, do you know?
I presume hydrogen and oxygen.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah,
I guess you're right. It's a separate production line. This is starting to delve into the stationary side of things. It's like, all right, this thing needs to be done slightly more
yeah, this is the
complexly
factory.
than that. Valves.
Yes.
Valves is your answer.
Andy outside, this is a sandbox engineering game, in short. Imagine space engineers, but with full aerodynamics and a whole lot of other nonsense, but no collision physics. Alright, so I'll forget about the concrete blocks, and I'll just keep trying to remember to make them on my person when I get the chance. What are we doing with this computer? What's the next step?
Ah, yes, we were actually doing something. Now I remember. It's hooked up to the mini computer. Have you hooked in the stuff that we want to be tracking?
I have
into
not
it
yet. I'll start by hooking this side up, I think.
In reality, we probably only need to track the last battery in the series. That should tell us the total.
Yep. Seems reasonable. It makes a big difference building in as simple a block setup as possible. Like as in, the bigger the block, the better for doing this cabling nonsense. Or at least for keeping it in the walls. Okay. I've plugged in the battery and I've plugged in the bridge that connects to all of the RTGs. So we can monitor the total power going in, the flow, and the storage. Oh, fancy. Composite roof.
Oh, I muted again. No, people in my chat were complaining that they couldn't see what was on the computer screen. So this is the computer screen sunshade.
Oh, can I? Yeah, I think
We lined it up perfectly.
Hang on.
Okay.
I have an idea. Oh, wrong type.
So casually, he sealed all my composite block.
All right. Yeah, I did. Is this shaded enough?
And one thing. Pretty good. Have you painted it?
Yeah. Painted it black.
Tinted. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think that's viewable. I mean, I could kind of see it before, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing, if it is too bright, you can always turn off your suit light.
Could remember I had it on.
Oh, I love that we can tint glass like that.
Not only that, but it actually looks really good.
Yeah. We have a base that actually looks like a facility of some sort.
And okay, that's true.
I plugged 2 data things into the computer. What do we do next?
We improve our ambulatory access, and then I come and help. Can't be a base if I'm having to jump. It's one of the rules. Cool. So, I wonder if you want to open the code screen. Wait, did you give it power?
Yeah.
Right. 1 second. Thankfully, I came prepared. Needs a hard drive, you see.
Otherwise, oh, right, yeah, the hard drive.
Ain't writing no programs. So if you pop it open, I should be able to see what you're doing.
Apparently it says orscanner.main.
That was what happened to be on the hard drive.
Yep. New program. Our monitor. No spaces. Now it's happier.
Cool.
Okay. It's kind of nice that we can see properly what the other person's doing.
I think so. So if you, yep, that's all live.
Yep. Cool.
Very nice. So first things first, we're going to need to create ourselves a variable. So we're going to add a text, but not an actual variable. We're going to add a constant because it's not going to change. The variable is if it was going to be a value that changes over time. We're adding it.
Called a variable, but it's actually going to be constant?
Yes.
Okay.
So no, so we need the constant myText, not the variable myText.
Right.
There you go, and we're going to give it a name and call it Splitsy.
Okay.
It's just a place for it to store some information.
All right.
Okay, now we're going to add an expression, and this expression is going to be where we say, yo, this piece of information is where we're storing everything future.
Okay.
So under functions.
Functions, expression?
Expression, yeah, and you'll be using expressions, statements, and executes all the time. So that function menu is going to start being important.
Okay.
Right, now change the output to a text.
Yep.
Because we need everything to be a text the whole way it goes through. And add an input to it. Make that input text too. All right, it's done it automatically. Nice. Link the two together. So we're going to, that's basically saying, hey, this text is Splitsy.
Okay.
And at the bottom, we're going to tell it what the text is.
Okay.
So put screen in the type box. Put screen, brackets, A.
These brackets? These brackets?
Yeah. No, those brackets.
Yep.
Standard brackets, A, comma, space, 0. That's saying the screen is the text we just assigned. So the screen is Splitsy.
Yep.
And it is attached to data port 0. Now, we might need to modify that later. We go figure out what data port it's actually attached to.
Okay.
Okay, now we want to add 2 statements.
Yep.
2 statements and an execute.
So I need an execution statement?
Nope. There's add a statement twice. So we got 2 different separate boxes. Under functions.
Function.
Yeah, pretty much all of this is going to be under functions.
So function expression?
We should have statement in there. I can't
under
see it,
execution, you have statement?
Oh, right, that one then. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Misremembering where they are. A couple of those, and an execute, and whack them at the end.
As in, like this?
Statements first. Yep. Okay, so we're going to want to attach our... So first things, for these, we're going to firstly pass on what we've just defined, which is, hey, this is the screen we did.
Yep.
To connect that on to both of them as an A input, and it'll need to be changed to text. So continuing what we've already set through.
Mm-hmm.
And I would stack one on top of the other. It'll make more sense later down the line.
Cool.
So the top one we're going to use to constantly wipe the screen, essentially refresh the information.
Yep.
And this is a statement that gets used over and over and over. Anytime you're doing anything on the screen, you've got to use this.
Yep.
Kind of why we put it in its own thing. So that in this case, it's A dot blank and then just 2 of those same brackets. That's
no space.
without the space. Yeah.
Yep.
That's just saying, blank pass that through to the variable we just set, which is why we've got the A. The bottom one, add another variable or any number of additional things, because this is where we're going to start passing things onto the screen.
Okay.
So anything you want to add onto the screen goes on that second statement.
Yep.
At the end, on the execute, add another statement and connect them all up.
So connect that one to A and that one to B?
Yep.
Yep.
And for the bottom one, switch them over to text inputs.
Yep.
And at the bottom, write a.write.
Capital R?
No, write as in with a pen.
Oh, yep.
Open brackets. 0, 0, 0 space. Sorry, comma. 0, 0, comma space
0.
0.
Yep.
Yeah. Space, comma space. The color you want the text to be.
Okay, is that... that's going to be an RGB, isn't it?
No, just text value: green, blue, red, black, white.
Okay. I guess we go white.
You can do RGB values, but
Yep.
it's also got some presets.
Cool.
Comma, and then duplicate what you've just done for each of the inputs you've got. So a B, comma, C, comma, D, comma.
All right. And close brackets or...
And close brackets.
Yep. And this is all gonna... Is there a way to expand this thing?
No, it will expand as you add text.
Okay.
Up to a limit. You know, you don't need to repeat the B right or anything. Just in that same set of brackets, you just add B, comma, C, comma. That's just saying which of the text values above to write to the screen.
Yep. So B, comma, 0, comma, white as well?
No, it assumes everything previously done. So just B, comma, space, C, comma, space.
Oh, I see. Yep. And then that.
And then no comma at the end of whatever.
Yep.
So like that. And that is essentially the complete loop. The only thing you need to add now is if you, I believe, well, does this actually work?
Yep. I've just gone read only.
Oh, right. Sorry, I wondered if we could both do it at once.
No, it does force us to swap, but that's fine. It's like, it's a simple click button. Each person can just take over and...
So the only other thing you need to do is you'd need to bring in one of these. And what these do is convert a number into text. So an example would be like this. And you would just connect that into the B input. And that's taking the number output of, say, a sensor, in this case. And when you add the input, you can go, hey, this input is a number.
And then it's going to output it as a text.
And then it's going to output it as a text with the modifier we put down below. So the numbers within those brackets, the squiggly brackets.
Yep.
And then anything else is appended.
Okay. So if I do this, input...
And that is just...
high voltage
There is your
relay.
sort of basic screen setup.
And this will be... I think it's going to read in watts.
Yes, but you're going to need to change the channel number.
I don't know which channel it is. How do we find out?
I believe it's on the wiki, but I believe the channel for this is 3. 1 second and I'll double check for you, but I'm pretty sure we're on channel 3. I believe you can check by just going and looking at it and pressing V.
Oh, okay. Let's try that. No. Doesn't appear to give that info.
Okay, junction relay and converter, high voltage relay.
Oh wait, we need to turn this thing on. There's no power going through right now.
Okay, we will not get the output from the relay that we expect. The relay is just there to, the data input is turn it on and off.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Oh, well, that's...
So we need a direct connection from the last battery in series.
Okay, so we'll just have to use the
voltage
battery for it then. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. In which case, our high voltage battery has channel 0 is voltage, channel 1 is max capacity,
And it
channel
actually
2
tells you
is
with
state
labels.
of charge, and channel 3 is throughputs. Yes, that's the advantage of connecting it up directly or using aliases, is you will... no, you are state of charge? Yeah, I suppose so. Yep.
That's kind of what we
You
want to
probably add. Why not add a second one for throughput? Not just state of charge, but how well is it charging?
Then I need another one of these guys. What type of node is that one above?
You should be able to add it to your existing text.
Okay. So I add another one.
So
And...
add it to your existing text. Same way, convert it to a number, etc. And then the order of the curly brackets, and then if you put a comma after, will be the order in which it fills out. So the first one would be what? So not there.
Oh.
Follow what's with a comma, and add another set of curly brackets.
So is this going to appear on separate lines, or is this going to all just appear in on a single line? Like, how do we force a line break?
Line break is done in the right line for the statement at the end with the standard /n format.
Yep. Oh, is percent going to be an issue?
I don't know. Yeah, sorry, /n. He knew. He's familiar with new lines.
Okay. That's getting something. I do need to just quickly do something because we're not getting power through, and
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
that's bad. I'm going to remove this thing because we don't need it. It doesn't serve any function. Just go back to this being simple. Okay. Alright, we got power going back in.
Explaining this to you is also helping me solidify it in my head as well, so...
Don't worry, I'll ask you again, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. No, indeed, but, you know...
You can verify by
being
holding
able to
V
show
on
things
the
on the screen is always a...
It's just such... It's one of those things that's just super handy. Once you get your head around how to do this stuff, you can put so much more information in ways that's just instantly able to be digested and understood.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we're actually on port 1, not port 0.
Okay, so I need to change screen A, 0 to A, 1.
Yeah.
Do I need to change that anywhere else?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So,
the only thing we probably need to do is name the screen Splitsy.
How do?
Also, yeah, V on it. Again, just give it the device alias.
Is that the dashboard or the screen? Ah, you can map the screen.
That's a good point. We didn't use a router, so we might not be able to use the alias for the screen. We might have to name the constant the same. But
the dashboard
we
gets a
also
device alias.
Are almost certainly not. Yeah, we can use the port number here as the first parameter, but we're almost certainly not actually running this program at the moment.
No, no, we're not. It hasn't been started yet.
It's not that it hasn't been started yet. This mini computers runs whichever program is first in its order, because it doesn't have a screen by default, so you don't get to pick which program it runs.
I did delete the other one.
Okay, did you? Cool. Okay, in which case we should be fine. That was the only concern, is I don't know, because I'm read-only, whether or not that one still existed.
Yeah, I did delete it because I thought better to try and deal with it that way. And I've tried to restart the computer and it's not showing anything on the screen, so we may have to actually label the screen properly. Like, assign it properly. Which I think you put on 1. So how do we get that to show up?
And that'll be because we haven't used a router. So in that constant my text,
Yeah.
the split C is fine if we've used a router that allows us to use aliases. In this case, we're going to need to put it on whatever port it's connected to on the computer, I think, which is...
I think it's 1.
Which is 1, yeah.
So it should show up now, because I just saved it with that. We reboot. No.
Actually, no, yeah, you're right.
Is the computer not on?
No, the computer's on.
Huh.
No, it's not enough to do that. We need to actually fully tell it which screen it is. So that would be screen 1, 0. So port 1 on the computer.
So that...
And no, but with the screen written as well. Also, your expression where you've got screen written, that's not supposed to be a capital.
Oh, right.
None of this is capitals.
Okay.
And your 1, 0 needs to go into brackets. With a space. Will you reboot now, computer? No. No, you will not. Why do you dislike me? Yeah, just to be honest, just get rid of the my text entirely and change the expression to read 0, 1. We'll write directly to... No. The expression we've already got.
Oh, this one?
One that's A1.
Do that.
We'll no longer reference the A that's coming in as text. We'll override that and just have an expression that says, hey, this is the screen. Off you go.
Yep. That should work, maybe? Nope. It's port, then channel. Okay. 1, then 0. Nope. Still not showing up.
Wait. No, because look at the bottom. There's a... We've actually got an error.
Right. Takes 1, 2, or 4
Yeah.
arguments based on bytecode. Which bit is right?
The statement towards the end. I think it's basically it's not happy with the fact that we're not actually giving it inputs C and D.
Okay. So let's get rid of those.
And get rid of those and remove the inputs as well. There you go. It's on the screen now.
Huh. Yay! So, you said we need to put a slash. You said the slash needs to be in the right part, yeah?
\n. It should be in the right type, and I believe we may even have to define it as text.
Okay.
So, the way we do this is a... I can never remember, colon or semicolon. The 2 dots.
Colon. Semicolon has the comma.
So, colon, text.
Where's this being written?
In the right, directly after B.
Directly after B. Colon. Yep. So B colon.
No, that's not right. Ignore me. Not colon text. Back it off. Delete that. B space and ampersand space and then in quotation marks your backslash end with a space after the end.
Oh, right. Nope. That's just added a /n to the end of the line.
No, apparently it goes in the text node. I just don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, but, well,
I did the wrong slash.
that's not. It wasn't a backslash. Yeah.
Okay, so it needs to probably go before the B.
Well, at the moment, B is both of those texts.
Is it? Oh, it is too. Well, that doesn't help me, does it?
You're not. Yeah.
So I probably need to make a separate text thing. So I got another input.
So you would either need to make a
C.
separate text thing or put your new line in the text block that we have.
Yeah, maybe I'll move over there.
Try slashing it over there.
I just... Nope, that's not
I
right.
don't even think you need the ampersand, etc. That was to define it as text specifically. I would put it before the comma.
Oh, yeah. Why is the...
Or you could do it the really weird way around, you monster.
What did I do?
I don't know, somehow you managed to get it to separate into separate lines, despite the fact that your new line was in the second line. Like...
0.3% charged. Okay. Is 0.3 correct?
Probably not. I suspect our blanking statement is now incorrect.
Possibly. Yeah.
I'll go check.
Wait a second.
No, they're 32% charged. Yeah, the output is not coming through in the format that we think.
No, it is. Yeah. So math multiply
Times by 100.
Yep. Constant number 100.
You don't need to do that with a math node.
No.
There is a box for you to do it inside the math node itself. So if you look at the little dots, you can type directly in there.
Cool.
That's for if you don't have something set connected to that node, you can have a fixed value instead.
Yep.
That's going to multiply our watts throughput by the same amount, is it?
Oopsie, wrong one.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, me. We'll get there eventually.
If I hadn't done this a billion times, where I was just like, and yes, I've just completely connected the wrong things.
There we go. 33.5% charged. 33.6, and it is going up, so it is working.
It's more like it. Now we're getting some values out of there properly.
And there's a little bit of indenting. And because I don't like it being at the top of the thing.
You could even new line it first. Maybe even give it a title.
Oh, now we're getting fancy. Okay.
Hey!
We have a screen. I have maybe learned some things, I think.
We got Splitsy kind of caught up a bit on the display technology.
Yeah.
Could you make the title a different color? You could, but it would need to make the you'd need to make the program a bit more complex. What you'd do is you would add a yes, exactly what it is. You would add a second statement and multiple executes for it, where one of the statements wouldn't be white.
So this could be like the title thing.
Oh, he's doing it.
I figured that's probably a decent place for me to start.
Yeah. So essentially, you set up, you add another execute. The important one to understand is that execute thing at the end.
Yep.
You shouldn't need. Oh, I see why you're putting the text in. Yeah. No worries. The execute thing at the end goes in order.
Yep.
From A downwards. So hence the blank always has to be in A. Otherwise, each time it executes, it won't refresh the screen, and you get some really weird results. Yeah. So if you want the title to render first, that's how you do it. And there are even some delay commands if you want to get really fancy and have it like show up over time and things like that.
Cool. This will be. So. Oh, wait. Yep. I need to do this. And that. This will be. This will start at 5.5. And. Do that. Yep, I've destroyed the. What did I do? Invalid expression with function arguments in power monitor domain.
Let's have a look. You're missing spaces and commas.
Oh, I see. Yep.
In your right.
Invalid operation on bytecode 23. Oh, what have I done now? And apparently there's a way to change the font size, but I'll deal with that once I've got this working. Text going to there. Is red not a color?
Uh, 2 seconds.
Nope, it's not the color issue.
Nope.
Okay. That gets it working again. So, where have I stuffed it up? Where is it not liking me? Yeah, I'm sure we could have the font change color with charge state, but that's beyond me.
Greater than and so on, and I mean, yeah, doable. Greater than, less than, bunch of nodes. It'd be slightly messy, but I mean, yeah.
I'm
Doable.
trying to... oh, wait a
One thing
second.
at a time.
I think I might have an idea of what's wrong. Although, shouldn't they just write over the top of each other? Hmm. No, it's not that they're written in the same spot. I was thinking that might have been the issue. I'm writing on the same bit of screen, and it didn't like it, but it should just overwrite it. Bytecode 23. Where the heck did we find bytecode 23?
Yeah, bytecode 23 is entirely not useful. Sadly.
Yeah.
Can you try for me adding power management in as a C instead of a B? Wonder if it doesn't like overlapping usage like that.
No, same problem.
Same deal. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any problems with it, Andy.
Yeah.
Can you also remove the C and D text from the bottom box, just for sanity's sake?
No. Oh, right, you have to do D first, then C. Yes, I can.
Same problem still, but...
main.exe :6. Does that mean line 6?
Maybe. Means it doesn't like your power management text.
Yeah. What if I put it in inverted commas? Yep.
Interesting. No. But look, it says something different.
Oh, did it?
Invalid expression after var assignment.
Oh. Again, in the same point. Huh. I mean, I'm impressed at my ability to break this so quickly.
Yeah, no, but it basically is saying that right expression, so the statement you have, the expression you have in your statement, which is what that box is at the bottom, that is somehow incorrect.
Yeah. Which doesn't make sense because it's the exact same starting bit to the other one.
Yeah, which is what it should be.
Yeah. Oh, no problem.
Oh, right, okay. Try putting some curly brackets at the start of power management without anything in them.
Oh, yeah. See if it's looking for that and not finding it.
Yeah.
Nope. Same error.
Eh.
Oh, wait. No, it doesn't need a space. What happens if you disconnect C? No, still, it's erroring before it gets to that point.
Yeah, no, the error is in the B line for some reason. Yeah, okay. Try replacing the text block with a constant. Maybe the text block is expecting an input.
I was expecting an input and I didn't get one.
It's always Joe. God damn it, Joe. Thank you, man.
Now, how do I change the text size? Where do I put the text size in?
Right. So one of the tricks for this is if you open the editor and go up to help at the top and then Archean specific functions and scroll down, it gives you a bunch of information about how specifically text is formatted.
Uh-huh.
Because that whole bunch has been done specifically for Archean and displaying on dashboards.
Yep. Okay.
Saying that, it does not say anything about text size, so I'll have a quick look.
Oh, here we go. Text size. Sets text size to 2 times native, only valid for following rights on the current cycle.
Okay. Oh, no, you did find it. No, I was just blind.
So where do I put that in?
That will probably be in the right function. So in our top statement, in that right function. Or expression, I should say.
So it'd be space text underscore size. Yep. Something like that.
Okay, try... Okay, this is going to be a bit awkward.
Let's just see whether it's an integer issue. Nope.
We're going to need 2 extra execute nodes and 2 new statements.
Is it worth it?
Yes, yeah. The actual statements, etc., are very simple. It's just because of how it looks like it handles text sizing, as in the text change in size is persistent. So if we want the title to be big,
yeah,
we need to then set it back to being small.
Oh, right. So you have to set all the text up to be big, and then set it to be big, then set it to be small again.
Yep.
It can't be on an independent, each statement being set to that side.
Yeah. So we need a second statement to basically set it back down to normal formatting. So it's not that complicated. It just requires a bunch of nodes.
Yeah.
Because of the ordering we're doing it in.
Yeah, Andy, I saw your comment in my chat, but I couldn't actually pass it because you mentioned things that I hadn't seen. And didn't actually tell me where I needed to put it. And this is the problem. This is the problem I always have trying to read chat and understand stuff is there are terms used that I don't know.
Yeah, don't worry. The only reason I'm sitting here acting as the translator at the moment because essentially I spent like probably 16 hours at this point in exactly the same place where it's just like, chat is telling me things that are important, clearly. I don't understand them, so I'm going to continue bullheadedly doing what I'm doing until I do understand.
Yeah, and it's the same every time I do this in Station Is as well. Although I think I annoyed them today because I used if this then that instead of a boolean.
Oof. Whoa, dear.
Even though I'd learned how to use a boolean last week.
Long statements. Oh, that's terrible.
So you said we need 2 more statements and we'll need 2 more execute nodes.
Yes, 1 statement that goes before our text that wants to be big and 1 afterwards.
So let's move that down.
We're essentially making it big and then making it small again.
So this now.
There's probably a more elegant way of doing this, but I don't know. So
probably
this is the way we're doing it.
This is also a way that I'm likely to remember, so this is a good way to do it.
It's just fairly straightforward, logical way of doing things. Make big, make small.
Yeah.
And then all you got to do is just put text and then in brackets the size you want it to be.
Just text,
like
not text size.
Or 2. Nope, just text.
Oh. No, I didn't like that.
No, it is.
The
Sorry.
text size, yep.
Andy lied to me. You were correct. Let's see, he's remembering. He's getting it.
Oh.
And that is
No different.
not impressive.
It's not doing it.
I think it's smaller, dude.
It's
I
not
think
doing
it works
anything.
in reverse. On my, it looks to me like it's smaller, not by much, but smaller. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. I'm imagining it.
So that's not working. Yeah. Oh, Andy, I just want to say, my explanation there of me not understanding and not being able to pass it is not criticism of you guys. It's just the nature of trying to explain things in fewer characters than are necessary for someone of my level of experience to understand it. It's why I'll often understand stuff that's explained to me in a YouTube comment, even though it's not understood reading various bits in chat, because it's also that, you know, you read one person's comment, then you read the next person's comment, then you read the extension of the first person's comment. It's like, uh-oh. I've lost the train. It's all gone. It's all gone. Why are you not working?
They know by this point. I'm gonna freely ignore you, but it's not because I don't like you. Because I'm an idiot.
Yep. That's why I have 2 tags on my streams. Backsetting allowed, but it may be ignored.
I just have malicious
Or not
compliance.
understood. I should add that one. Backseating may be misunderstood.
I just added again, malicious compliance. The only person in that category, but I'm there. You backseat me too hard at the wrong time. I am going ham with it. That's how it goes down.
That's fair. I do that too. That's text size 2 times native, only valid for following rights in the current cycle until the next call to text size. So it should be working.
Which is the correct way it's being used.
Yeah. Do I need to pass in the screen? Does it need to be a dot?
You might need a.text and tell it which screen to do it to. Yeah, that's a fair point. Or just like link it up to the existing one.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. And you might need a.text size as well.
Let's try this and then I'll add the a.text size if it doesn't like it. Yep.
Well, hooking those up, I mean, it doesn't, the expression we've got doesn't refer to them.
There we go.
They're hooked up.
That worked.
Bit too sizable, perhaps.
Just touch.
Hey.
It's like driving in reverse the first time we drive every vehicle. It's got to be too much to begin with.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like it all needs to be a bit bigger. Let's go. Change to that. Can it not do... Oh, it can only do half sizes, I think.
Still better. Better than nothing. Yeah, we might as well have a nice big visible display. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, why does that go to 2 now? Yeah, that's better. Even stream chat should be able to read that.
I feel like it still needs a new line.
Another gap between the two.
That text there is a bit crowded.
All right, let's do that.
Or maybe you want to draw some lines across the screen.
Oh dear. I think we might save that for later.
It's so easy.
There we go. I think that looks pretty neat. Curse, you wasted. I want to do something.
The example code is in there. Draw underscore line and then the locations. And for rectangles, the example code is in the Archean in-game help.
All right.
No, you don't have to. I'm just saying.
There you go. How do you like that?
Oh, he's messing with his alignment now.
Just felt a bit crowded with both the number against it.
That's a lot of watts.
Yep.
Is it actually the amount of watts throughput we have? Just out of interest?
Yeah.
It actually is. No, fair enough.
We have a lot of RTGs.
Convert that into kilowatts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do that.
Bit of an intangible number.
Math, divide.
I feel like we've got you started, and I need to continue. In which case, I'm going to take a quick bio break, but if you're down for it, quick tutorial on sensors using the plane.
I might save the sensors till next time.
Oh,
I think it's time based. I need to go and do some things, unfortunately, because I've been live for 7 hours at this point. Which is, I know, but for me that's long. That was awesome. I'm very glad to know how to put stuff on a screen, because it's just so.
It's an important and very it contributes a lot.
Yeah.
Like this room is a very different room coming in here and seeing, hey, look, power management on the screen and the numbers move.
Oh, whoops, put that in the wrong spot. There we go, that's even
a very useful feature that manages to, once you've got it, incorporate a bunch of what would be mods for space engineers.
Or scripts.
Or scripts that would be a kind of intangible and would all work differently to each other into one setup that, it takes a bit of getting used to. But once you've got used to it, well, you've got access to everything. Congratulations, off you go.
Yeah. So are you going to continue with some Archean after this?
I will do a tiny bit more Archean, but then I also need to do some preparing for the weekend because there's fun stuff coming up. So yeah, I will go and do some Archean initially and then switch over, I think.
Cool. And I look forward to hearing about it when we play again on Monday/Sunday with Abiotic Factor.
And a new update.
Yes, we get to see some of the new stuff. I also might have gone on there and cleaned up our storage a bit.
What am I going to complain about that?
No. I was saying that as I think I did a good thing.
Cool.
I'll be back tomorrow. Wait, no, not tomorrow. What day is it? It's Friday. I'll be back on Sunday with Factorio.
That's definitely not tomorrow.
With the Death World Factorio stuff with Shadow. But yeah, Let's go raid Wasted while he goes and has a bio break, I presume.
And then Monday for ABRT Factor with TFE and Capac. And that other guy, that weird Brit that hangs around with the people from the other side of the world.
Well, you know, what are you going to
Yeah, yeah.
do? You gotta hang around with the people that are super over the top positive when they probably shouldn't be. Or should be. I just can't really complain with what we do when I compare it to what I used to do.
Okay, occasionally someone's just like, all right, I'm going to talk to you very enthusiastically about programming for a bit. Let's go.
Yeah, I look forward to learning how to use the sensors on the plane so that we can do some more
sensors and PID
stuff.
controllers. You'd love it. Like this has immediate reward factor because it's very applicable to everything and relatively simple. The other one's going to take a little bit more brain work to understand why you're doing what you're doing. But in the end result, man, the opportunities it opens up.
Well, at least we got.
Oh, it's so strong.
At least we got everything ready so that we can just jump straight into that next week. Cool.
All crafting, everything set up. Nah, it's been fun, Mr. Splitty, as always.
It has. I'll see you on Monday. Have a good one, Wasted.
Monday.
Have a good one, chat.
Farewell to my reflective self.
Right. Bye.